Hey y'all, we're gonna do a quick project today. Just gonna plant up my strawberries. My strawberries actually came in, I don't know, like a week and a half ago, right before the Hurricane Milton, since we had two back to back, and I didn't get a chance to put them in. So I'm just going to plant them in this strawberry pot that I have. I have honestly never planted strawberries in a strawberry pot. I've used this pot for orchids. I've used it for herbs, flowers. Never, ever, ever have I put strawberries in it. So this is an experiment for me. I'm going to see what happens because I don't really have anything to lose. Strawberries don't typically do very well for me because I don't know why. Because we definitely can grow strawberries here. We used to have strawberry fields all over the place. I used to go as a little kid to pick strawberries at the fields nearby. So I don't know why they don't grow well for me, but I'm going to try these out. I have two varieties here. I can't really read this one. I think it says Charlie, and the other one is Camarosa. These are supposed to be good varieties for Florida growing. You see, I got 2, 4, 6. I got 7 of this one that I think says Charlie. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the name from my order and put it on the screen for you. And the other one is Camarosa. I have never grown these varieties. I usually just go to one of the big box stores and pick whatever they have growing. Very rarely do I order strawberries. The last sets that I ordered, pretty much all of them died except for 2, and those are actually in my raised bed in the back. So they may end up in this pot. I'm not sure because they'll be the only ones in that raised bed that are strawberries. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 of each one. And I'm going to put them in this pot. Don't know how this is going to work, but let's find out. I'm not going to put anything at the bottom of this pot. I know a lot of people say that the soil tends to wash away from the bottom of the strawberry pots. I've never tried it, so I don't know. I am going to put this pot on drip to water it, so I'm just going to put the strawberries in here. Try out this strawberry pot. I know strawberries like to breathe, so terracotta is a good option for them because it's not going to really allow your strawberries to get waterlogged. So, how should I do this? Should I put all of one variety together or should I mix them up? Let's mix them up. So when you're planting strawberries, you want to make sure that the crown is not buried. So I'm going to just lay these guys in here. And unfortunately, you won't be able to see from all directions because this pot is far too heavy for me to keep moving it all around. So I'm going to just put these in. We're going to hope for the best here. I'm going to save that one. That one looks like a good one to go in the top. These have been in my refrigerator on the lanai for a good week and a half since they came in. So I just didn't have the time to focus on trying to get them planted. I do have a green stalk vertical planter, and I hear that that is a really good vessel for planting strawberries. I have never grown strawberries in it. I haven't had it that long, just over a year. So I haven't tested every possible thing. I'm going to alternate land and seed compost with the potting mix, just to make sure that I got a lot of nutrients coming in here. So that first layer was the potting mix, and this one's going to be land and seed compost, and I'm going to just keep going, alternating it that way. Now, because these are so small, I am already seeing some of my soil coming out the holes, but I'm guessing that as these grow and fill in, it will make up the difference, so that bottom layer won't just keep falling out like that. So I'm not crazy about that idea, but I'm going to try this thing out and see what happens. I mean, it's a strawberry pot, so I think for several hundred years, people have been growing strawberries in these things. It can't be a horrible bet. Just getting some soil here at the lips. My strawberries will have plenty of medium to grow into. The soil's been sitting out on the driveway, so it's not dry, but it's not extremely wet either. So I'm going with the next variety here. I hope this works, y'all. Now, I didn't give that first layer any garden tone. I don't think it's going to be a big problem. I'll make sure I put some in these next layers so it'll still get to them. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of garden tone in here. Now let's go to potting mix. pot is eating up a whole lot of soil, way more than I thought it was going to take. I usually am planting things that have a bigger root ball than this, so I don't usually need this much soil in here. I think I'm going to be learning a lot from this little experiment. These holes seem like they really could benefit from some mesh over top. And we have 2, 3. Got too many plants here. What should I do with all these extras that I have? Guess I could put them in another pot that I have and just set them out. So I got only going to put 2 or 3, maybe 3 in the top. So I shouldn't have too many left over. Maybe 2 I'll have left over. I'll just put them in another terracotta pot. I was going to save this one for the top because it has so much roots, but this layer turned out to be all one variety. It's a little garden tone. And I did potting mix the last time. Let's go with compost. I'm going to try to mound up the soil in the top to set the roots around. And I just spread these roots out and wrap them around those little hills. we had a little cool front. I mean, technically it's not here yet, but we've got cooler temperatures for this week. We're waking up in the 60s, but by noon we're at 85 again. So my cool is gone and I am sweating to death, which is why we are doing quick projects for the moment. I am going to do another project a little bit later. I'm going to try and get my garlic planted. But it's just too hot, y'all. I don't know about where y'all are. If y'all are cooling off yet. No, a friend of mine was complaining because Dallas is still in the 70s in the morning. They're like, it's supposed to be sweater weather. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. It is very rarely cool enough here that I'm compelled to put on a sweater. Even when we do get a real cold front, I'm enjoying the cool down so much that a sweater is not what I want on. All right. Let's top this off with some potting soil. I'm going to move these other two. So I got one of each strawberry left. I'll put those in a pot. I got a little small pot down here I'll use. Just go ahead and get them planted. I'm going to just work this soil down away from the crowns. I want to make sure I cover up all my roots, but I don't want to suffocate the plants. They're such finicky little things. It's like, why are you going to rot just because you've got a little bit of dirt on your crown? But they really don't like it. So I guess we'll find out how well I did. I usually get a few strawberries, but the competition with the birds and the heat usually means I don't get very many. And then if my daughter sees them before I see them, if they're ripe, she snatches them off and eats them. Get this soil packed down in here pretty tight. This is going to settle a little bit when it gets water, but because I'm only going to water it with drip and the occasional rain that comes, we're getting ready to move into our dry season. So I don't expect it to get totally drenched with rain anytime soon. Or at least if we do get another storm, it won't be getting drenched with rain constantly. So don't think it's going to settle too much. And that drip will just keep it watered. All right, so got that crown exposed. Trying to be really careful with this crown exposure. All right, so I got that done. I'm going to just move this out of the way and grab another terracotta pot. Got a little one down here. Don't know if it's really big enough, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's probably a little bit small. I don't think I have a bigger one. I don't have a bigger one nearby. I'm going to just put them in here. All right, y'all. That's it. I'm gonna get these guys moved to where they're gonna be in the garden. Get them hooked up to drip. And say a prayer that they all do okay. If you guys are planting strawberries right now, let me know what your process is so I can do a little bit more studying, because I think I'm gonna try to keep my strawberries in containers going forward, just because of the outcome that I've had, you know, in the past. I'm gonna try this out, see how it works out. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.